Hello, welcome back to Reading with Opinions. My name is Emmy, like the award, and today I'm letting a dumbass game of dice pick what books I read for the month. I've seen this a lot in other videos with people just having random things like board games pick their books. I'm pretty indecisive and I have a lot of books to read. This is my TBR shelf, so I figured, why the hell not? Also, if you can hear a little cat in the background, that is our new kitten, Ollie. He likes chewing on cords, and he is not allowed in this room right now. So before getting started, I'm just going to give you a very quick tour of my TBR shelf. So starting from the top, I have it arranged mostly by genre. I did adjust things a little bit for the game. I'll go into that later. So just a brief review, starting at the top. This is just fiction, literary, general fiction. We have a Murakami here. We have The Girl with the Louding Voice, which I would love to read. The Nightingale by Christian Hanna. These all are Book of the Month books. A few Louise Pennies, which my mom keeps on giving to me, hoping that I'll read it, so maybe I will this month. That's basically it. And then a bunch of the other fiction books. I needed 20 books or under per shelf, so a bunch of those have been transferred to other shelves, but we'll get to that. Next shelf down. This is the sci-fi shelf. So we have a huge big book of science fiction, which I really don't want to read this month. Hopefully not that. The newest Christopher Paolini book, which I would love to read, Leviathan Wakes. At the end, we have a couple of sci-fi compilations and then a couple of extra fiction books as well. All of which I think I got in little libraries, so they're super random, like this Nicholas Sparks. Next shelf down, this is going to be just pure fantasy. So we have like The Blade itself in the first Law trilogy, which I have not read. I also got the third book, then Children of Bone, as well Priory of the Orange Tree. I have all of my King in front. Some of the other highlights, the first book in the Witcher series is back here as well, and then some Jim Butcher, etc. Moving down, we have, again, more fantasy, Darker Shade of Magic. This is the huge Earthsea collection. This is all of the books in Earthsea. A bunch of the Wheel of Time, the ones that I own but haven't read, as well as the Lightbringer series, the ones that I haven't read. Fifth shelf is going to be, again, more of that literary fiction at the beginning, and also classics and nonfiction. So this is kind of a hodgepodge. We have a couple of Dickens in here, actually, which is kind of interesting. Also, Moby Dick. Don't want to read that this month. That would suck. And then the Iliad, stuff like that. And then the bottom is going to be all of the nonfiction. So we have a couple cooking books like Salt, Fat, Acid, Heat, some Michael Pollan, Atomic Habits, and then a bunch of music books as well. So, on to the game. Here's the game. I have these dice, and my bookcase has 6 shelves. So I'm going to roll the first dice. That's going to tell me which shelf I pick the book from. So from top to bottom, 1, 2, 3, etc. And then I have a 20-sided dice as well. So for that one, I'm going to count from left to right, and then I'll just commit to reading whatever book it lands on. So a couple of exceptions, because I do, when I get into a series, I tend to buy the next few books in the series. So for example, like the Lightbringer series, I have books 3 through 5. If it lands on book 4, I'm going to read book 3. I'm not going to skip books or anything like that. The other major exception is that Earthsea collection. If it lands on that, I'm not reading all of Earthsea this month. I'll just read one of the books in that large volume. So this is stupid. I'm ready to get started. Also, thank you to Patrick for filming. All right, let's go down here. So I have my Book of the Month box. I thought that would be fitting. This is a great camera angle. I'm looking for 5 books as well. I'm reading Jade City right now, and then I also want to read one nonfiction book for music stuff. So that'll be 7 books this month in total, and I think that's semi-doable. All right, first book. 1, okay. So literary fiction, and 3. Okay, easy enough. Let's go over here. 1, 2, 3. The Girl with the Louding Voice by Abi Dare. I'm not exactly sure how you pronounce her name. I've heard this book is amazing. I think I bought it a couple years ago at a secondhand bookstore and just haven't gotten around to it. I know it was in the Book of the Month book club thing. So cool. I'm happy about that. Definitely want an excuse to read that. I'll just... It's a very advanced setup we have here at Reading with Opinions headquarters. Second book. 5. Oh God. That's the classic shelf. I don't want to read any classics.
Harvey, is that your box? Good boy.
It's definitely his box. The new kitten loves this box, and then sometimes Harvey goes into it, but he can't exactly fit. It's just his first 2 paws. Oh, you like the dice? Oh, I can work around him. All right. See what kind of pain and stuff. If it lands on Moby Dick or the Iliad, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed. All right. 5.
I'll take your word for it.
Ooh, I think I got lucky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is more fiction. I also found this in a little library. This is Thimble Summer by Elizabeth Enright, who wrote one of my favorite childhood series ever, The Melendi Family. I think I talked about that in my first video, but it's like a really wholesome, like 4 kids having adventures in the 40s. I love that series so much. So I fucking lucked out with this book because I'm actually excited to read this, and I did not want to read Moby Dick. He's just hanging out now. Somewhat missing the point of being inside the box.
Look at that cutie.
Who's
Hi, Bubba.
Okay. Next roll. 6. Okay, so nonfiction. Harvey, it's not for you. 1, 2, 3. Michael Pollan, How to Change Your Mind. I believe this is exactly what it sounds like. Oh, it's about drugs. Yeah, the subtitle is What the New Science of Psychedelics Teaches Us About Consciousness, Dying, Addiction, Depression, and Transcendence.
Oh.
So, sounds kind of depressing.
Time to get high.
Yeah. All right. Well, I do like Michael Pollan. I've read a couple of his books. I mean, I've been meaning to read this, obviously. Probably the least excited about this one so far. 1 again. 8. So I guess the question is, I'll let you decide this, Patrick, because I already had a book here that was number 3. So does number 9 now become number 8? Or does number 8 remain the same as it originally would have been?
It remains the same as it would have been.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3 is missing, because I already took it out. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I would have been happy with either of these, actually. So this is one of my books of the month that I haven't gotten to yet, When We Were Bright and Beautiful. So obviously I chose this myself. And it is a more recent acquisition of mine. I believe this is some sort of mystery, including murder. Yeah, I'm excited for this. I will read it gladly. So, cool. I am kind of sad we haven't gotten any fantasy yet, though, because that kind of is my bread and butter. So I'm hoping for something on shelves 3 or 4, or even 2 would be fine. So, okay. Last shelf. Good boy. 2. Okay. That's going to be more sci-fi, but I can work with that. 17. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You know what's hilarious? Is I consider doing another like little library acquisitions video. 2 of the books I did get in little libraries. This I picked up at a little library in Modesto, California. It is fantasy. It doesn't look great. Every enchantment has a price. Isabel is a prodigy portrait artist with a dangerous set of clients, the immortal fair folk. We'll see. I'm pretty neutral on this one. We will see if I enjoy it. Well, I can only blame myself if I don't like these because they were on my TBR shelf and I spent real money on most of them. I'm gonna end it here. Oh, I'll let the cat out so I can introduce the kitten. This is Ollie. He's a little demon and we love him very much. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit that like button / subscribe to my channel for more cat content and book content. And I will see y'all later. Bye! Ah!